There are several local businesses that have been dealing with months of challenges because of construction in a lot of areas around San Antonio. You've heard us talk about the St. Mary's Strip, but it's not just there. It's kept customers from coming in. So we're going to talk about some help that's on the way, but what they've really been dealing with. We have Penna joining us now for today's KSAT Q&A, owner of the Squeezebox along the St. Mary's Strip. Thank you so much for being here. We know it's been tough for you these last several months. We've talked a lot about this construction saga right here, but give us a real good picture of the challenges that you've faced. What's this construction meant for your business?
Absolutely. Well, thank y'all firstly for having me this evening. It's great to be with y'all. And I thank y'all as well for covering so much of this construction woes that we've been dealing with down on St. Mary's. Comparatively in loss terms, we're looking at, hundreds of thousands of dollars in lost revenue that just me personally that I've been dealing with, but I'm not unique. I'm kind of joined in this community of business owners who have been dealing with the same thing, not just in St. Mary's, but on North New Braunfels, different corridors in downtown San Antonio. It's been really tough to get customers to go down there because I feel like the narrative is that you just can't get down there. And, as you're showing the pictures on our screen, this is what we're dealing with every day down there. So the narrative is not too far off that you can't get down there. It's been very challenging and sometimes even more challenging than what we dealt with during COVID, which is a lot to say out loud.
Yeah, you actually have told us in the past that you made $67 your business in one weekend day during this mess.
Right. That was on a Sunday about a month or two ago. And, even during my drive-through model during COVID, we had better days and better nights than that. So it's been super tough. I mean, I know that the public's probably tired of hearing us come on the news and gripe about this, but, this is unlike anything we've ever faced. I mean, this is prolonged construction that's impacted dozens of businesses that are just unable to operate.
But Aaron, first off, I want to say I've noticed that the Squeezebox, for some reason, seems to be ground zero for all this construction outside its doors, during this whole thing. It's kind of where it started, and it's still that way. It kind of seems like that's the last stretch they're going to get done. So I understand your frustration, but you're right. There are people out there that maybe don't understand the scope of this whole thing and the fact that it's more than just St. Mary's. I mean, we're talking about North New Braunfels. We're talking about areas that even aren't affected that are concerned because some of these local businesses think this could happen to us.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Steve. I think that this could happen in any part of the city. I mean, what we're seeing is just, it's the optics of it have been so terrible that, like you said, ground zero is on my front door. So it's hard for me not to feel discouraged and almost feel like it's been deliberate in dragging the feet of this project from the contractors or the city. It's hard to point the finger in any direction, but in any regard, it's tough for us and it's going to be tough for another little while. I think the scope of the project is set to be complete in summer of 23. That's just for the St. Mary's Strip. That's not taking into consideration North New Braunfels or Broadway or certain downtown corridors because I don't know the timeline for those projects. But at any rate, it's been a nightmare for all businesses in San Antonio.
Yeah, the Broadway area is what we're showing right now. So we know that we've talked to the city about this. They've said that some COVID delays were part of the problem. They offered up some help in terms of money for marketing, basically to say these businesses are still open. Come be a patron. A lot of business owners pushed back on that. And now there is some grant money available. A maximum, I believe, $35,000 per business. What does that mean to you, your fellow business owners? Is that going to make a real difference?
It's a good start, but we do all, collectively feel like it's too little too late. And I share that sentiment with a lot of my business community that I'm in constant communication with. Going back to the previous 400K we talked about, I know y'all aired my redacted tweet. Sorry, Mom. But we were very critical of that money that would have been much better allotted to those businesses in the form of direct relief. So when we're talking about the grand scope of $35,000 as the max allotment that a small business can get in form of relief, that's not a lot of money. When you put that into the grand scheme of things, that is about the equate of 4 months rent for something like me. That's just 4 months that we're looking at, basically covering costs. And we're talking about 2.5 years of damages, irreparable damages, lost revenue. A Saturday night where I couldn't open one day a few months ago because saws had popped my main water line. I never was reimbursed for that. My utilities have never been covered. So it's a start and we're thankful for the start, but And at the risk of sounding like a broken record, it's not enough and it's too little too late.
It also, correct me if I'm wrong, but they had to switch construction crews out there, construction companies out there, because the first one messed up construction. Do you think that there should be some sort of component where the city can hold these contractors responsible for messing up a job, for lack of a better word?
Absolutely. And we were very critical of that in last week's Public Works meeting when myself and Chad Carey asking these questions of, are we holding these contractors responsible? Who's holding them responsible or accountable? Because, I understand there's unforeseen circumstances like the soil issue that they said they encountered, or the month of November, which they claimed that, because of climate conditions, they were unable to work fully. Of course, I did my due diligence. We only had about less than 5 inches of rain in November. So there's that. But, there's got to be some way of holding these contractors accountable and making sure that we're following this timeline, and also making sure that the businesses who are suffering are being compensated for their loss.
I want to know, we talked to somebody nearby at the poorhouse, not far from where you are. I forget the first name of it. But they basically said they're day to day at this point. Are you concerned about your businesses surviving what is happening on St. Mary's?
Absolutely. Not a day goes by, Steve, that I don't think about what the next day looks like, how long the scope of how long I have left is. That's tough to say out loud because I've been there for 7 years and I've had an extremely successful business that I'm very thankful for. But, it would be one thing, and I say this to my partners, to my staff, it would be one thing to fail on my own merit or my own regard, but this is not my failure. This is almost deliberate forced closure by the city and by these contractors. So it's a lot harder for me to swallow. But I do think about that constantly because it's gotten to that point where, we're having these days and these nights of very little sales because the inability for people to get down there. And it's just been really hard to, stay positive about.
Yeah, absolutely. And the St. Mary's Strip, local businesses all along the St. Mary's Strip. There aren't any chain restaurants. There aren't any, for the segment where all this is, we're talking about local businesses in the heart of St. Mary's Strip. Aaron Penna, I appreciate your time.
Thank you all so much for having me.
Yeah, and best of luck to you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. We'll be right back.
Keep up to date with all of San Antonio's top news, weather, and so much more by clicking the like and subscribe buttons below. And once again, thanks for watching KSAT.